Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. In the last episode we began our chase of the lore keeper Zinnia, trying to stop her before she could truly do anything rash in her plans to revive Rayquaza, while also learning that she knows of the existence of a world not too different than the one we're currently in, the original Ruby and Sapphire's world. If we were to go through with Steven Stone's and Professor Cosmo's plan of warping the meteor using the dimensional space rift technology, we will put the original Dimension's Hoenn at risk, a world that doesn't have the same technology or capabilities of taking on such a meteor, dooming them to an extinction just to save ourselves. The only thing is, our only hope now is to hopefully find Zinnia and hope for a miracle that the prophecy of the Draconids does indeed come true, since from what we know, the Lore Keeper has the power to summon Rayquaza in times of great peril, and with a meteor of complete and utter doom on the horizon, we're gonna need all the help we can get now that Plan A, the dimensional shift, is a complete bust in more than one way due to the circumstances we've learned up to this point from everything we've seen in our Delta adventure so far. From, well, one, because Zinnia broke it, and two, because of the fact that it will teleport the meteor from this dimension to the original's dimension and set them completely into a path where they can't do anything, because they don't have anywhere near the same technology. Since they don't have Mega Evolution, they don't have anywhere near making their own dimensional space rifter or anything of the sort. So yeah, they're definitely not in a good situation if we were to do that. But honestly, our first bet today is to find Wallace, since Steven believes that Wallace should know where the Sky Pillar is, wherever Zinnia ended up going to, since only the Draconids really know about where the whereabouts are, but he said that Wallace might know, so let's hope that he does, and honestly, go from there.
Huh, what a glorious turn of events!
Is it really? Oh ho ho, is it really? I think that's the old guy from Mount Pyre, I think.
Huh, to think that this tree, never knew we had received it from that huge man who visited us from the Kalos region.
Huge man, you say? That's a very specific character from X and Y. We'll eventually get to X and Y at some point. But, huge man, yeah, he's definitely huge. He's a big dude. I know exactly who they're talking about. I forgot his name, though. But, all the stuff with, like, the war, the 3,000-year-old war and the, ancient Pokemon weapon and stuff like that, that's all in X and Y. So, when we do get into that, we'll learn more about that stuff. But for right now, I don't want to spoil it, so let's just say it will be learned more in X and Y, and it goes more in detail on that stuff.
Goodness me, old master. This has been a learning experience. Thank you for this.
Oh ho ho, you're too kind, Master Wallace. Oh ho ho.
No, you're too modest. Now then, welcome again to Sutopolis, our new champion, Spooks.
Hey, Wallace. Long time no see.
Steven has told me everything. Do you wish to go to the Sky Pillar? Is it true that the cave that leads to the Sky Pillar can only be opened by the hand of someone descended from the ancient people of Sutopolis, as indeed am I, or by one of the Draconids, who have also lived in Hoenn since ancient times? Sky Pillar is in fact an altar, built for the ascension of Rayquaza, that legendary Pokemon long said to be protector of the Hoenn region. Only the ancient Draconid people know how to summon Rayquaza to the Sky Pillar. Steven has told me of the woman Zinnia. She must be trying to revive Rayquaza for some purpose. I shall go first to the Sky Pillar. When your preparations are complete, come join me. Sky Pillar is over everything upon one of Route 131's small islands.
Okay, so that's where the meteor's going. Wait a minute. Because from what we learned, it's specifically going to Route 131, so it's going towards the Sky Pillar, of all places, specifically. Huh. Weird. Very, very weird. But yeah, we're definitely heading over there. And good thing we have Wallace here, with him being part of the Draconids, because, let's be honest here, if he wasn't, yeah, we'd be in a very, very bad situation. But the thing is, well, the Sky Pillar we haven't seen yet, but Route 131 is very specific. The only thing is we gotta find out where Route 131 is from our current location. So we'll drop down in Route 128 here, because I'm pretty sure it's the route area that we haven't headed towards yet. So, first things first is heading towards, well, Route 131. The only thing is now we need to look at our map real quick and figure out exactly where that location is, since Route 131 is a very specific place, so that we haven't actually been towards yet. Yep, over here, over by Pacific Log Town, which we never actually made our way over there yet, so honestly, here we go. Might as well make our way to Pacific Log Town too while we're at it, since we haven't went there, and that's the only place we haven't been to yet, for major locations when it comes to towns. We never went to New Mauville either, to be fair, but there really isn't a reason to go there, I'm pretty sure. I think there is technically a reason if we go back to see Watson, maybe, but for the most part, there's no, like, direct reason to go there other than, I believe, a Mega Stone for, trying to get the name of it right. What was your name again? I don't remember it off. Manetric, there we go, Manetric's Mega Evolution. That's what it was. I don't know why I couldn't get it right away. But yeah, Manetric's Mega Evolution Stone, I believe, is in New Mauville, which is the energy plant. Didn't fight any of these trainers, so I'm surprised that one didn't see me. But as long as we go nice and slow, we don't have to fight any low-level trainers on our way over there. Watch out for Miss Swimmer over here. And then make our way quickly to Pacific Log real quick. Thankfully, we have enough repels to get over to where we're going. But, honestly, it would be best for us to at least go to Pacific Log at least once. Just so we can at least, you know, just see it. Just so you guys can see what's going on. There's a Mega Stone here. Might as well go grab it. Looks like, I need to swim around to get it, actually. I was thinking I could maybe walk around the Pokemon Center, but that's a no. But, that's a big pearl, actually. Wait a minute. Huh? Oh, there's a big pearl next to it. Oh, okay. And that's a Kangaskhan Mega Stone. Cool. Okay, that's pretty good. Mega Kangaskhan's pretty good. Especially due to the double hits that it does because of the baby also becoming Mega. It basically just makes the baby of Mega Kangaskhan, like, you know, actually able to fight pretty much. Since Kangaskhan's pretty much the same for the most part, it's just that the baby fights too. But honestly, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. But now that we got a Mega Kangaskhanite, let's definitely go about and try and find wherever Wallace might have went to. Because Wallace is somewhere around here. It's just more of where he is. Sky Pillar up ahead. Okay, cool. So we're on our way now. So the little green area in between us and Sootopolis is where we're going. Well, that makes a lot more sense. But honestly, I could have sworn the Sky Pillar in the original Ruby and Sapphire for the other dimension in this game is right above the Seafloor Cavern, I think, in Emerald. I think. I'm not entirely sure if I'm right on that, but I think it is. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but it could still be on Route 131. I'm just getting confused. But honestly, there's Wallace. So here we go. The Sky Pillar. Here we come. Hey, Wallace.
So you come, Spooks.
Yep, we have. And there's our tower.
As you can see, I have undone the seal on the entrance to the Sky Pillar. Follow the path within, and you will reach this pillar in no time. However, to go beyond this point, there is one more trial you must overcome. This is my duty as one of the ancient Sootopolidians, a duty passed down to me by my former master. You must battle me here and now. Prove to me that your power is great enough to face what lies ahead. Now tell me, Are you prepared?
I believe so.
Then let us begin, champion of Hoenn. You who should exhibit the most graceful of art in the battle with your Pokemon. I would have you show me your true strength.
Okay, well here we go. One-on-one with Wallace once again. This time not as a gym leader, but as a champion versus a gym leader. Technically, I guess you could say this is a test of the gym leader strength, like we did in, just with us, just in general for Scarlet and Violet when Nimona, not Nimona, technically it was Nimona and just in general, the, Gita telling us to, both of them wanted us to go and test the strength of all the gym leaders and everything, but obviously this game comes beforehand, but it's just a good, kind of reference point, because it's kind of similar to that in a way, if you really think about it. But honestly, definitely going to say let's go into Caesar here, because I actually was not ready to be fighting anywhere near thinking about fighting good old Wallace here. I was thinking more of preparing for Zinnia, but nope, it looks like Wallace was first in that order, it looks like. So me preparing for Tyrantrum, having Osborne on top was not the smartest idea. But Jane got level 54 out of that. Going into the Militic, stay on in, because Militic we should be fine against, as long as we don't, back down now. But it's going for Blizzard though, so we want to be careful against it. But as long as it's not going to go for, anything too crazy, I don't think Recover will even help it either. Because it shouldn't recover enough HP to survive a second Energy Ball. Because we already did enough damage as is with the first one. Yeah, and it was a critical. So, yeah, definitely no more Militic. So his ace is completely down for the count now. But level 63 for Caesar, we'll take it. Unless he has Mega Evolution, but we don't know if he has that. So let's not count on it yet. But it's very possible he could have it, because every major trainer we fought against in the, the post-game story for the Delta episode so far has had Mega Evolution, so we do need to be careful, because he might have Mega Evolution. But because of the fact that Militic is his ace on his team, and the fact that Militic and Flygon were gonna get Mega Evolutions, but they didn't for some reason, because they couldn't get the design down for them in time, or just completely gave up on trying to do it. But they were gonna get Mega Evolution, so technically Militic would be his Mega Evolution, if that were to be the case. Going into a Gyarados, Gyarados is a Pokemon that has a possibility of going into that kind of stuff. So, what do we go here? I think we go Cindy. I feel safer with Cindy in this honest area here. I think it would be safe to count on her, because if it does go Mega Evolution, I believe it's a Water Dragon type. So, honestly, safer option. But go Psychic, not Mega Evolving. Okay, so the Gyarados isn't the Mega Evolution if he was going to try it. Okay, good. It could have been bad. So, no worrying about Mega Gyarados then. Going into Tentacruel, we're still good with good old Cindy here, since Gardevoir is a Psychic-type Pokemon. Poison-type Pokemon are weak to Psychic, so as long as we go for Psychic here, we're perfectly fine. Down goes Tentacruel without any major problems. Into what will be his final Pokemon. Thing is, what will be his final Pokemon? Because there's so many options, so kind of curious on what he's going to throw out. We haven't seen any of his Celios or anything to do with those types of Pokemon. He's going to Wishcash, so we know we can easily go for 4 times weakness here. So Caesar, you're more than ready, buddy, since we know exactly what you could do here, because poor Wishcash, he's not going to have a chance, and that does not get a Mega Evolution, so he's not using any sort of that Mega Evolution stuff on us, which is good, so no need to worry about anything Wallace was trying to do there. But down goes Wallace, pretty easily. Sutopoli and Wallace is now down for the counts.
To defeat me, a descendant of the ancient Sootopolis people, and even when I was holding nothing back.
True there, buddy. But sorry, but we are a champion for a reason.
As I have come to expect from you, Spooks. You are an excellent Pokemon trainer. Pokemon that you sent out in battle, at times dancing as lightly as an elusive spring breeze, yet striking with sudden certainty and of lightning from the blue. Watching you command the battle with such an ease and grace, even if I might succumb to your charm. Now go forth, find the truth that you seek. As one of the ancient peoples Sutopolis, I cannot intrude upon this holy place. I will return to the Sutopolis, for now, and try to lay plans, in case the worst should come to pass.
I actually guessed that. I just said that just because I thought it would work.
Despite all our efforts, I'm sorry that we always seem to be leaving the fate of the world in your hands. Yet, there it lies once again. Good luck to you, young champion.
Thanks, Wallace. We'll definitely need it, since, let's be honest here, with the fate of the world once again in our hands, we need to be very careful on what's to come here. But, let's go confront Zinnia, finally. She said she would meet us at the Sky Pillar, so she's definitely up ahead. Thing is, oh, there she is. Thinking she was gonna be at the top, honestly.
Oh, so you came for me. Thanks for that.
No problem. Well, we're here. What now?
Oh, that's really good, Spooks. I can really feel it. Right here. Since you've been a good boy, I think I'll give you something I've been keeping.
You've been keeping? Oh, there's another mural on here. Okay, so like the Kyogre one.
Look. The paintings that cover the walls of this tower. See, these are the history of humanity, of Pokemon and nature itself. They're the tales that have been passed down by my ancestors, the Draconids, for thousands of years. And now, I will pass that history and lore onto you.
Okay. Well, what's going on with this? That's definitely Kyogre on the left, and I think Groudon's on the right. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the Omegas and the Alpha symbols. So we see Kyogre and Groudon fighting, seemingly. And then something going on the top, probably being Rayquaza, with the people holding their hands. Because that looks like a summoning circle of sorts. Okay. Interesting. Well, what else from you, Zinnia?
Thousands of years ago, in the primal age long lost, the world was overflowing with natural energy. Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre fought over that energy in endless furious clashes. In the face of Primal Groudon, in Kyogre's great power, people could do nothing. The only choice was to watch as disaster upon disaster swept over them.
Okay, interesting.
It was in such a time that a great many meteoroids poured from the darkness of space from a place, higher even than the heavens.
Okay, outer space, obviously.
And the meteoroids fell in their multitude upon a waterfall that had long been home to a tribe of dragon-type Pokemon users.
Okay. Interesting. I think maybe, Iris from Black and White for, I think it's trying to get the name of it right. I think it's Unova region, specifically, for Black and White, if I remember correctly. I could be a little bit off there. It should be Unova, because Kalos, Galar, and then obviously it can't be Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, Unova's right. But, the Unova region, where Iris is from, she's from a tribe of dragon, like a dragon people as well. And actually, another person we know was also part of a dragon tribe as well, being, Hazel from Scarlet and Violet. So that's kind of interesting that that stuff with, like, dragon trainers and tribes and stuff like that keeps coming full circle over the course of the games. Because Hazel might be a Draconid, honestly. And Iris might be too, because I don't think they go into full detail on their pasts. Because they kind of, like, insinuate that they're not from where they're from. But they do insinuate that they're from, you know, a dragon tribe where they specifically use dragon-type Pokemon and stuff like that. So, interesting. Very, very interesting.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks, Zinnia.
That's the end of the first chapter of my tale.
That first chapter?
I'll tell you the next part of the story on the next floor. Look forward to it.
Okay. So we're on a learning lesson then. Well, before anything does happen, definitely gonna go for the safety option here. Let's do a quick heal on good old Caesar real quick. I think we can go for a citrus berry on our buddy Donatello here real quick, so let's give him a small heal. And then, honestly, let's make sure Osborne's on top. I think that should be good. Anything else down here while we're able to look around? Because we do have capabilities of walking around here, but up to the next area here, I guess. But there is a dragon scale. Okay, cool. I'll take it. I believe that's the evolutionary item for Huntail, I think. If I remember correctly, I think that is. Let me double check that. It's either a evolution item or it's the one that gives you extra damage for dragon-type Pokemon. Nope, that is dragon-type Pokemon, but it might be the same item. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've tried to get a Huntail. A very, very long time. So, probably is, but honestly, I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest. But, yeah, definitely farther up we go, since Zinnia definitely has a history lesson for us that we need to learn. But it looks like we're going even further up, actually.
Oh, here you are.
Here we are indeed. And there's a TM above us on the left. I see it.
Let me continue. It's finally time for Chapter 2. Here we go. At last, right? Huh, I know you're thrilled.
We definitely are thrilled to hear more about this story. What else?
The meteor shone with a rainbow brilliance, as if some great life was held within. That was when, as if drawn by the brilliance, a Pokemon that shone in a blazing emerald hue descended from the heavens. That Pokemon was none other than Rayquaza.
So Rayquaza didn't specifically come to stop Groudon and Kyogre. It only showed up when the meteor showed up. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good to know. And it looks like the Mega Evolution, symbol over what seems to be the meteor, actually. If that is the meteor in the middle there. Okay.
Rayquaza's power overwhelmed that of the two primal Pokemon, and peace returned to the world. The people of Hoenn revered Rayquaza as a true savior. 1,000 years after this time, the meteoroids once again fell. A huge meteoroid, far greater than any before, struck the planet, boring deep into the ocean.
That must be Pseutopolis. I think that's the story of Pseutopolis, I'm pretty sure. Although that is in the original game too, Pseutopolis has that inner wall kind of thing where it looks like something dropped entirely on top of that place. But it makes a lot of sense though. So let's see here where we left off.
And leaving behind it a crater larger than any other, the island born of this event later became known as Pseutopolis.
Which makes a lot of sense, since that's the only place that we saw on the map while flying over everything and everywhere we've been that looks like a meteor has hit it. And, a large meteor. So, and Meteor Falls has similar stuff like that, but Pseutopolis has the biggest one we've seen.
And that is it. Chapter 2 is over, but we've only just left the starting line. There's a long way yet. Don't fall behind now.
Okay, don't fall behind now. Indeed. But, Chapter 3 of our story, here we come. As well as hopefully TM on the left side, here we come as well. But, we first have to get to that side verse, though. It looks like it might be on floor 4.
Now our tale reaches the best parts.
The best part, you say? Okay, what is it, Zinnia?
Pseutopolis was born from a great meteorite strike.
True, from what you've told us. And that... Oh, so that must be Pseutopolis in the middle of that meteor then. I was thinking that was just, like a summoning circle, but nope, that's not a summoning circle. That's Pseutopolis's, people watching meteor hit it. And that must be Rayquaza at the top there. Okay, interesting.
The Great Meteoroid was the first of many disasters to befall humanity. When it punched into the planets, the land cracked beneath it, in great welling of natural energy. poured from beneath Hoenn. Thirsting for the energy, Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon once again woke. The people had wished a memory from 1,000 years before. They wished that the legendary Pokemon clad in emerald lights would appear again, which makes sense. The huge meteorites that lay at the hearts of Sootopolis gave off a boundless brilliance,
which is why Kyogre or Groudon, depending on the game that you're playing, goes to Sootopolis, in that underground area where our area nav was freaking out in. So, guess, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
In its brilliance, it resembled a vast and powerful keystone, and once again, Rayquaza descended from whence it came in the heavens. The people fell to their knees before Rayquaza and made a wish for salvation. As they did, a great change came over the legendary Pokemon. It was enveloped in blinding light. As the light receded, they beheld a Rayquaza beyond all knowledge, a sublime figure incandescent. Incandescent, that's an interesting word. With overflowing life force. Makes sense, since we're hearing that Rayquaza also had a primal form as well, from what we've heard previously. Which makes a lot of sense if Kyogre and Groudon also have their own primal form. Okay, I think we understand Zinnia. Anything else from this story? It was humanity's wish that brought about Rayquaza's transformation in the face of the Rainbow Stone. Yes, a wish, an intangible thing, invisible to the eye. Yet this wish bound people and Pokemon together, enabling the legendary Pokemon to change its appearance. Doesn't it remind you of something?
Yep, Mega Evolution / Primal Evolution. Makes a lot of sense.
That's right. It sounds like Mega Evolution, doesn't it?
Definitely does. Okay, well, makes a lot of sense. If Kyogre and Groudon have that capability, Rayquaza would definitely have that capability as well, with it being the Pokemon that keeps Kyogre and Groudon in check, for the most part. But, yeah, I guess it makes a lot of sense there, honestly.
And how did the story end, you say? After being transformed by the wish of the people, did Rayquaza save them from disaster?
Did he? You said it with a question.
Rayquaza once again confronted Primal Kyogre and Groudon. The golden filaments that sprang from its body covered the sky. An emerald brilliance illuminated the area, and a terrible wind rose. The wind and emerald light visibly sapped the power from Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre.
Okay, so it has the ability to drain the powers of Kyogre and Groudon. Okay, definitely makes it stronger than the two of them combined.
Drained of their primal powers, the two vanished into the depths of the land and the sea. Rayquaza watched them go, regaining its usual appearance. Then it soared back up into the heavens, where it dwelled. A witness to the series of the events, a tall visitor from a distant land, said it is the Delta born of the greatness.
And tall visitor again. Last time we heard tall visitor was from Wallace, being a very specific key character from X and Y. Which you guys will meet him eventually, when we do get to that. But, he did come here and, well, that definitely makes things quite interesting, in fact. Because not only did he go to Sootopolis to leave off that tree, that we learned that Sootopolis tree is from that specific man, and two, well, he was the one that also said what that form of Rayquaza was to the Draconids, as we can hear. Definitely makes him quite important, that's for sure.
By the bonds born of mankind's wish, and the power of the stones, it will calm the troubles that plague the world. That was when the Draconids constructed their great tower, to hold the rainbow stone that had granted Rayquaza its power, and to try to get a little bit closer to Rayquaza in the heavens above, to record the history of their trials, and the great feats of mighty Rayquaza, for all to know they left behind the murals you see here.
Okay, good to know. So that's the end of your story. Okay. Makes sense. That's quite a lot of information, and honestly, makes sense.
A giant tower in paintings of the past. You know, I feel like I've seen something like that recently. But now, I suppose it's time for the last chapter in our tale.
Okay, last chapter indeed. But honestly, with that being said, up the next pair of ladders here, honestly. And further to the top of the sky pillar we go. But it looks like we still got another pair of ladders between us.
At last, we reached the final chapter.
The final chapter, you say? Oh, there's still more to it, it looks like.
1,000 years of peace followed after that disastrous time. But the Draconid people, learning from their long history psychological nature, foretold the meteoroids would fall on this land again.
Makes sense.
The meteoroid to come, they prophesied, would be far greater than those that had come before it.
Which makes sense if the last one that we saw for Pseutopolis was said to be bigger than the original one that they dealt with. So this one's bigger than Pseutopolis, and Pseutopolis' meteor crater is quite huge. So if it's bigger than Pseutopolis, with it being 6 miles in diameter from what we were told, yeah, that's kind of scary, for sure.
This meteoroid would be great enough to break the world forever. In order to prevent this great calamity, those who held the knowledge of the past arrived at a plan. Their plan was to invoke Rayquaza, the great savior, and summon it to this land before the meteoroid could strike.
Okay. So that's what you're currently doing then.
And that's it. That's the end of the Draconid's tale. I spent a long time thinking about how I could protect the happiness of as many people as possible. What I must do as one who holds both the knowledge and power. One who bears the heavy wishes of those who could not live up to that fate. Well, I had to be really creative, you know.
Which is why you told Archie how to revive Kyogre, which then forced, the extinction event of the meteor coming back. Okay, makes sense. But the thing is from what we kind of learned, the idea of waking up Kyogre or Groudon and forcing an extinction event is what makes a meteor fall. So as long as an extinction event never happened, the meteor wouldn't come, right? Based on kind of what we've learned. But it doesn't look like she really understands that part, though. But honestly, up to the top of the sky pillar, here we are. The very, very tippity top. Although no Rayquaza in sight, though. But we are definitely here. Only thing is what do we do now?
See that, Aster? You always want to watch them, right? The Litlinoids. A million glittering stars falling from the sky. The show is about to start.
So this is what we were supposed to see with May. Oops, sorry, May.
Aren't we happy now? Yes. What could be better, dear Aster?
What could be better indeed, I guess. But, meteor is the major problem here. We need to figure that out first, before we have any, fun times watching the Litlinoids. So, we need to think of something here now, please, Zinnia. Because, endgame scenario is here, and we need to hurry this up.
Welcome to the Drago Hark altar. Spooks. You know what I'm trying to do here by now, don't you?
Yep, summon Rayquaza, for sure.
That's right. I will summon Rayquaza to this world to destroy the meteoroid headed for Hoenn.
Okay. And without hurting the other Hoenn is also attached to that too.
It is our duty.
Okay. Well, let's try and get Rayquaza down here as quick as possible, because we need to stop that meteor before it gets any closer.
Ever since I was a little girl, I have always turned my eyes up to the sky, when I was so full of uncertainty that I felt my heart might be crushed by it. When I was so grief-stricken and alone, I thought my heart might break a bit. I turned and looked up there, so that my tears would never ever fall.
Well, that's kind of sad, but, okay.
What about you? Have you ever had to do something like that?
We had to move from our hometown, from what we learned at the beginning, so, technically.
Right. I used to watch the stars, like this all the time, together with Aster. We were always together in good times and in bad. I loved her. I loved her with everything I had. But I still lost her.
What do you mean by that? Aster's right there.
I want to see her. I want to be with her again. My sweet Aster.
Looks like Whisper has no idea what's going on. Poor Aster. Aster too, I guess, at this point.
I will, won't I? With this, just a little longer.
Just a little longer indeed. Although, how does one summon Rayquaza? Because you're the only one with the power to do so, with you being the lore keeper. Oh, looks like it's daytime.
Guess I should say good morning. You slept well, didn't you? You look so adorable when you sleep.
Okay.
Sorry about knocking you out thing, you know.
It's fine. I guess it has to be daytime for Rayquaza to show up, I guess. But, interesting.
Enough. I think it's time I gave it a shot. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. If something happens to me, please take this little one.
Okay, we'll watch over Aster too then. But, let's hope this works. Because she needed all those keystones to make this even possible. So, from what we kind of learned. So, hopefully it works.
Okay, here I go. With jewel bright and borrowed might, from the spirits of the departed, through sacred rites and the great sights. My life as well I offer.
The keystones that Zinnia holds are giving off a blinding light. Well, it's definitely doing something. But, is it working? Good question.
Hug. I summoned thee to aid this fight, and save us from disaster. Realize them upon this world. For this do I summon thee.
Okay. Well, we're hearing a lot of rumbling.
Rayquaza.
Oh, something seems to definitely be happening. The only thing is we gotta hope that he definitely showed up. Oh, there's Rayquaza. Good thing too. So at least we found Rayquaza. Because honestly, Meteor's still coming pretty quickly, it seems. And honestly, with the fact that the Meteor Leonids happened the night prior, before we got knocked out there, all the Meteor should be like basically on top of us now, pretty much.
Rayquaza. I did it. I did it. Now the world will be saved. Aster, I did it.
Yeah, you definitely did it. So we're on a good path right now. At least we got Rayquaza down here. Second thing is to get it to help us.
Great Rayquaza, hear my wish. Achieve your Mega Evolution. Take hold of your true power. Show me your true face. The Rayquaza that will save this planet.
Okay. Nothing seems to be happening. Zinnia's keystone does not react. Oh no. That's not good.
Huh? How can this be? I gathered all the keystones that could withstand your great power, and summoned you here. You came. And yet, why?
Looks like, whatever it is, you don't have enough. Interesting.
Come on, don't do it. Mega Evolve. Why won't you?
Looks like you just don't have the capability of making it Mega Evolve. Huh. Well, that's not good. Well, we have Rayquaza, but we have no capability of having it help us now because we don't have the Meteor stuff that just, kind of forces things to go off and stuff like that. With the Meteor coming down and stuff like that, the fact that Kyogre and Groudon have to go through stones, too. Well, Rayquaza definitely doesn't seem to have one. So, that's not good.
What? It can't be. The one without enough power is you, Rayquaza.
Apparently so.
The meteorites that should lie within Rayquaza's great body aren't enough.
Oh, that's not good.
Have these 1,000 years drained them of their power?
Apparently so. Oh, that's not good.
This can't be. It can't. Everything I've done till now.
Uh-oh. Well, this ain't good. We have no, third option here. That's not good at all.
Master, I can't take anymore.
Oh. Well, oh. Well, there's our meteor in our pocket going off again. Although, well, honestly, it could work. It did say something that the meteors inside Rayquaza's body have been drained. We do have a meteor in our pocket, so I guess it could work. But, well, let's try it. Spooks' meteorite suddenly began to glow. It's doing something. But, honestly, we've been holding on to that thing since Mount Chimney when we got it back from Archie.
That's
definitely a meteor, but, the glow of the Spooks' meteorite grew even stronger. Well, it's definitely doing something. And it's reacting quite heavily to Rayquaza. Especially.
What? That meteorite. It's just like a Mega Stone.
Okay, well that's good to hear. Because now that means we definitely have something to force it to Mega Evolve then. Rayquaza swallowed Spooks' meteorites. Okay, well, it ate it. Hopefully that's enough to get it to power up though. Light is spilling forth from within Rayquaza's body. Okay, it looks like it's definitely helping it. And hopefully, in turn, forcing it to Mega Evolve, because, let's be honest here, we need it to Mega Evolve at this point.
Whoa! Swallowing meteorites allows it to store as much power as a Mega Stone. Your meteorite summoned forth the power needed for Rayquaza to Mega Evolve.
It seems so. But, now with it having that meteor, honestly, what next?
It's amazing. Spooks. Rayquaza is trying to build up power. It wants power for itself to take you on. Use everything you've got to win over Rayquaza. You have to master it. This is a legendary Pokemon that all Hoenn views as our great protector. And the only one who can direct it now. It's you. You have to do this.
Okay. Well, time to go one-on-one with Rayquaza then, it looks like. Anything else from you, Zinnia?
Spooks. Rayquaza is trying to build up power.
Okay. Well, you're repeating yourself, so off we go. So, Rayquaza, here we come. Think it's more than time for us to, I guess, try and get a hold of you now. But straight into Rayquaza, and technically not a fully powered up Rayquaza, but a preparing to fully power up Rayquaza. It's going out for Airlock though, which is its ability, since it blocks out weather effects. But I believe he might have lowered, I think he has a lowered catch rate, I think. Let me try an Ultra Ball here, just to see what happens. We might get lucky here, and not have to worry about throwing Master Balls or anything like that. Almost. Got it almost in one. So it does have a definite decreased catch rate for sure, or higher catch rate than it normally would be for a legendary Pokemon like Rayquaza. So definitely throw another one. One of these gotta work, honestly. It's like catching a normal Pokemon at this point, because it wants us to catch it, right? Because that's usually why a Pokemon like this would, actually, the Pokeball would go like that. Because the more Pokemon wants to be caught, the higher rate the Pokeball would actually shake. And that's how it is in the animes and stuff like that for the show. But so far, not so good yet. So far, Ultra Balls aren't doing much. But honestly, as long as he's going for attack raises, that gives us more and more turns to just keep throwing Ultra Balls here. Because honestly, it's better to go for an Ultra Ball here than wasting the best ball in the game, honestly. But there we go. Not too bad. We got ourselves a Rayquaza at full HP, and we got him in an Ultra Ball, which is always good. But cool. Now we have Rayquaza and Kyogre in Ultra Ball, which is pretty nice. Better than using a Master Ball on every Legendary. But honestly, not too bad. It flies forever through the ozone layer, consuming meteoroids for sustenance. The many meteoroids in its body provide the energy it needs to Mega Evolve. The sky-high Pokemon, Rayquaza, giant dragon flying, 23 in for 23 foot in height, and 452 pounds if we round down. Pretty big Pokemon, for sure, but definitely don't need to name it. But into the PC it goes. Rayquaza wishes to join your party. Please select a Pokemon to send back to the PC boxes. Okay, send a Pokemon back. Honestly, we'll send... that's a good question. Well, if we're dealing with Mega Evolution, one of our Mega Evolution Pokemon should go back. So let's go with the one that's less for catching Pokemon, I think. So let's send our starter Osborne back. Normally, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't do that, but send Osborne back to the PC then. Well, off he goes.
Is it over?
Kind of, I think.
Congratulations, Spooks. And thank you. History has chosen you. The truth remains that Rayquaza chose you and not me. But, while I don't know how to put it into words exactly, I think I understand why. You'll be successor to our long history now.
So technically we're bracketed now, by association, because of the fact that we caught Rayquaza. Okay, well, cool.
And I pass to you the final key to Rayquaza's true power. The move that only it can learn, Dragon Ascent.
Dragon Ascent, you say? Sounds good to me. Honestly, we'll probably need it. If we want to be at the full power of a Rayquaza, honestly. But Rayquaza succeeded to the power of Dragon Ascent.
That's it then. I guess it's time that I do my last task as Lore Keeper. You have obtained Rayquaza's power for your own. Now I will have you to prove to me that you can master that power in battle. That is the final duty of the last Lore Keeper of the Draconid people. Show me that you can exceed it. The entirety of history that we have clung to until today.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Pew. My pulse, I can feel it racing. Yes. I'm feeling totally pumped. This is it.
Okay, this is it indeed. The major fight with the Lore Keeper Zinnia, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be at her full power this time, so definitely want to be prepared for whatever she could throw at us. But going into a Goodra, I like it. I like Goodra. It's one of the Pokemon I really do like, so always cool to see that. But honestly, now that we got Rayquaza, we should be able to Mega Evolve based on what she was saying, and I believe you have to have Dragon Ascent to Mega Evolve, since his Mega Stone's actually inside of him. So you don't need to have a Mega Evolution Stone in your on your Pokemon. So basically you could have, I believe, I think Rayquaza gets a special item too. So honestly, you could use a Dragon boosting move or item or just anything that you want on Rayquaza instead of having to waste an item on Mega Evolution, which is pretty cool, honestly. But let's definitely go about and go straight into the Dragon Pulse, since we're dealing with Goodra here. Since Dragon-type Pokemon and Dragon-type Mega Evolution, might as well go for it, right? Go for the biggest hit we could possibly do with good old Mega Rayquaza. Or Primal Rayquaza too, because technically this would be Primal Reversion, technically too. But there we go, Delta Stream. So now we're protecting any kind of flying Pokemon on the field. And Goodra, sorry there buddy, but yeah, you're no way you're surviving that. We're level 70. We're Mega Evolved. Yeah, you're definitely not surviving. This thing's got a lot of strength. But we're going into Tyrantrum. I think we could stay out. I think we can go all the way with Rayquaza here, I think. I don't think we need to swap out. But if we do need to, we can do that. But I highly doubt it with the fact that we're 10 levels higher. And we have Mega Evolution. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't need to swap out at all. But down goes Tyrantrum, another good chunk of experience. Into the Altaria, perfectly fine with what we're running with right now. Just keep going Dragon Pulses here, because honestly, might as well just go with as much as we can. Just go with the flow, and just knock out as many of her Dragon-type Pokemon that she has. Because we know that she's a Dragon-type trainer, from what we learned from Team Aqua, when she was beating all of them through the entirety of their base. So, honestly, just keep out with the Dragon-type Pokemon that's faster than her Pokemon by any means necessary, and bust through them as much as we possibly can. But down goes Noivern, and now for the final one, her Salamence again. And by the fact that she has that Keystone, and the fact that she didn't use Mega Evolution before, well, here we go. We're definitely dealing with it now. But going for Intimidate, we lost our attack buff by 1, but that's not too bad. Well, we're going to go for Dragon Ascent, because of the fact that we haven't used it yet, so let's use it. But here we go. Good old Mega Salamence versus Mega Rayquaza. What a fight. But Dragon Ascent, here we go. This should keep us safe, I think, because of the Airstream that we got, I think, too. Looks like a no on that, actually. I was thinking it was, but nope. It does drop our defenses a little bit, though. So we need to be a little careful. Wow, that almost knocked us out. But not too bad. And then, honestly, go for the Dragon Pulse, just because I just wanted to show you guys what Dragon Ascent was. Might as well, since it's a special move. So, might as well show you guys what that is. But down goes Salamence, and Zinnia is down for the counts. So, not too bad, not too bad. But Lord Keeper, down for the count indeed.
Just like I'd expected of you, Spooks.
Honestly, that was pretty cool. It was pretty fun using Mega Rayquaza there for sure. But now with the Lore Keeper down, what next?
I guess it falls to you now.
I guess it does. But what exactly do we need to do?
That settles it then. Spooks, you should be able to beat the meteoroid that's approaching the planet. You and Rayquaza together.
Okay, well, let's hope it works.
I'm leaving this task to you, our new successor. Successor Spooks.
Well, I'll take it. That's a pretty cool title.
You and Rayquaza must protect nature, Pokemon, the people.
Okay, well, how exactly do we do that exactly? Because the meteor's still in space. So, what exactly is the plan? There. Oh, looks like we're throwing on the Aqua suit. Okay, well, this kind of works. It's kind of like a spacesuit, I guess. It has a air, kind of like an air thing to it. So I guess technically this would work in the end. But looks like we're going to outer space then. If we're putting on a spacesuit well, technically it's not really a spacesuit, but honestly, it's all we got. So into outer space we go. It looks like straight to that meteor, though. The only thing is once we do get up there, the thing is we learned that it's somewhat sentient. So, how is that gonna work? But honestly, yep, we're out in outer space now. We're breaching the barrier of outer space now and leaving the ozone of the Earth. So, honestly, where's this meteor? Because it's gotta be... Oh, that must be it right over there. Yeah, that's definitely it. It's not as big as I thought it was, but honestly, it's just because of the fact that it's so far away from Earth still, it looks like. So, it looks a lot smaller than Earth actually, than it actually does look. But Rayquaza is not that much smaller than it. It's still smaller than it, but if it were to, lengthwise, it's basically the same size. Though, what exactly is that thing? Giant black triangle. That is definitely moving. Well, that's definitely interesting. But definitely not a good thing either, with the fact that that must be the part that's definitely sentient inside the meteor by the tentacles. Well, let's be honest here. There's only one possible Pokemon that could possibly be. And that is Rayquaza's arch nemesis, Deoxys. Because, Deoxys and Rayquaza are complete rivals if you guys know anything about anything of the lore with Pokemon, and this is way before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, well, Rayquaza and Deoxys completely do not like each other whatsoever. And Rayquaza is all about being the guardian of Earth, and technically Deoxys is a virus of sorts, like a space virus. So, yeah, definitely they have really good reasons not to like each other. Deoxys because of the fact that Rayquaza is trying to destroy it, and Rayquaza because of the fact that it's a major, well, to it, it's a major threat to humanity and the Earth that it protects. So, honestly, with the fact that we have the Master Ball, this is the perfect Pokemon to throw it on. So, sorry there, Deoxys. The end of your reign has now come to an end, because there's no way you're breaking out of that. Sorry there, buddy. But that's exactly what we save Master Balls for. Pokemon that are level 80, probably the safest Pokemon to throw a Master Ball at, honestly. But not too bad. We got ourselves Deoxys. And originally, Deoxys in the original Pokemon games for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were actually event Pokemon. So, this is a Pokemon that's no longer event tied. You don't have to go through event anymore to get a Deoxys, which is pretty cool, honestly, since he is a mythical Pokemon. And honestly, mythical Pokemon are usually tied to going outside of your game and getting cards and stuff to get codes, to be able to get items to spawn them into your games. Like Shaman and Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl, Darkrai, and, well, technically, I should just say Diamond and Pearl for Shaman and Darkrai, and no, Cresselia you could get, normally, but, Darkrai and Shaman for Diamond and Pearl, quite a bunch of different Pokemon, Meloetta, Victini. Victini's a very specific one. That was one of the pretty cool ones. Genesect, quite a lot. Zoroark in the original game that it appeared in for Black and White was event only for the original. So, yeah, definitely pretty cool to get mythical Pokemon like this. Although Zoroark is a Pokemon you can get randomly, like, just catching it now. It's no longer completely mythical anymore. But, it's definitely pretty cool to just see mythical Pokemon be normal Pokemon now that you can catch in these games. But there we go. Deoxys emerged from a virus that came from space. It is a highly intelligent and wields psychokinetic powers. This Pokemon shoots lasers from the crystalline organ on its chest, the DNA Pokemon, the normal form of Deoxys. Psychic, 5'7", and 134 pounds. And with that being said, Deoxys has now been caught and captured. And, well, the meteor is now destroyed, and the sentient part of the meteor is now destroyed as well, technically, because now he's under our control. So no more destroying the world for him. But honestly, now with Deoxys now out of the way... Oh, hey Aster. Long time no see, buddy. What's up with you? You received a letter from Aster. Okay. Weird. Well, I guess Zinnia ran off then, but left a letter with Aster to give it to us.
I was finally able to bring everything to an end. Thank you for that. I think I'll be spending some time now trying to find out if it's also possible to forge a new beginning for something once lost. Until we meet again, Zinnia.
Okay, I'll see you later, Zinnia. She has a very possible, chance of appearing in a future Pokemon game still, I think. If Mega Evolution ever comes back, I think Zinnia will definitely show up. The only thing is when is that going to happen? And not if it's going to happen. Because we don't know for sure if Mega Evolution will come back. But it was in the Let's Go games. So, it's possible maybe in Let's Go, maybe for Johto, if they do a Let's Go Johto, Mega Evolution could come back and we might see Zinnia again. But, who knows? Who knows indeed, honestly. The energy reading appears to be diffusing. We can confirm that the meteoroid has been destroyed, sir. Professor? The meteoroid, it's... Thanks to the powers above, it's... calm yourself, man. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm so happy I could kiss you. We did it. We actually did it. Success is ours. Huh? Thank you, Spooks. No problem. They saw us going up there. In the evolutions stuff where they were showing, there was like a thing for on the Pokemon channel where they were doing like stories for the Pokemon games and like showing like more of like an anime style for the actual Pokemon games and not Ash's story. They actually do have people watching on camera of you going up there, so that they see every single bit of that. So they see you fighting Deoxys and Mega Rayquaza flying up to the sky and all that. So honestly, pretty cool. But honestly, looks like we're going into Wally now. Wally seems to be leaving.
I'll be leaving then. Goodbye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait a minute. Wally. That's right. Are you okay? You look like you were troubled recently. You look like... Oh wait, no. Looked like you were in trouble recently when those strange thugs came around.
Oh, of course. My Pokemon and I are fit for anything. See, Spooks got my keystone back for me. Mr. Norman gave me a ticket to a resort that sounds kinda, really neat. I can't wait to go and check it out.
Oh yeah, technically the battle resort for this game, it's not really a battle resort, but it's kind of like kind of what you would say like a poor man's battle resort of Pokemon Emerald. So, it's not as cool as Pokemon Emerald's version, but it's still something to do in the post-game where you can, fight trainers and stuff like that, pretty much. But, it's still cool. My, I never dreamed I would one day think that Wally was too well. Yes, but he looks so honestly happy that I can't help feeling happy too. Honestly, always good to see Wally in good spirits, honestly, after everything. Oh, and looks like Matt finally came back. Finally done betraying Archie.
Bro, sorry.
At least he's apologizing.
Archie, it looks like Matt feels sorry for what he's done.
It's unforgivable. Bro.
Oh no, that's him.
Absolutely unforgivable.
Archie?
I can't forgive what I've done. I've drove my own loyal crew to such despair as this. I have no right to call myself a leader anymore. I'm sorry, Matt. I truly am.
He's taken full responsibility for his followers, which, honestly, is what a captain does. So, even though he isn't at fault here, honestly, it is what a captain would do. A true captain, at least.
Bro. I'm planning to start everything over from scratch, Matt. What happened back then with Kyogre? And what happened this time? Look, you can't do anything if you're all wrapped up in what you believe. Team Aqua or Team Magma, people or Pokemon. There's no reason why we've got to pick just one of them. It might be a pain, it might even be a bit scary, but we've got to take that step into the unknown. Mix with people who aren't like us. That's the kind of Team Aqua that I want us to be from now on. You think you can be a part of that kind of Team Aqua, Matt? You bet I will.
Well, that's good to hear, since they're all childhood buddies. So, honestly, good to see that they're all thinking on the same level.
I can't believe these two. What do they think they're doing, standing there with their faces all wet with tears? Well, I guess it could be worse.
Fair enough. Oh, and looks like we're going back to Steven. And there's Wallace. I wasn't sure who that was for a second. For a second, I didn't think it was Wallace. I thought it was someone else completely. But here we go with Steven and Wallace again. I still owe you for your help off the Sky Pillar. Thank you for that.
I would like you to be so thoughtful.
You know, this experience really brought it home for me again. But there is still so much about this world that I do not know. I wonder what would happen to Hoenn.
If Spooks had not been here to aid us with this, and the incident with the super ancient Pokemon, I alone was powerless to stop it. There's no one person in this world who knows all. None who can do it all. Stephen, there's no cause for such worries or concern.
Don't worry. It's not that I am so shocked by my own disappointing performance, but rather...
Rather what?
I was just thinking how much more there is I must learn about nature and Pokemon, and about my fellow humans as well. If I am to keep living in this huge wide world, I want to walk this world on my own 2 feet, to see it with my own eyes, to feel it on my very skin. I need to put into practice all of the advice I ever gave to Spooks. That's what I'm thinking now. And I think this is kind of a lead up into how Steven becomes the, no longer the champion of Hoenn, and Wallace becomes the champion in Emerald. But the thing is we won't see that exchange for Wallace to become the champion in this game, because Steven stays champion. Technically, I would think. Although they might bring up something like that. But, I think something similar to this would be this kind of like the dialogue between them if, Wallace were to be the champion. Because you could still fight Steven in Emerald. It's just he's kind of like, how Red or what technically is Ash. Although Red and Ash aren't the same person, technically. But, what Red would be in, like, Crystal or Gold and Silver, pretty much. But honestly, interesting, nonetheless, from what Steven just said.
Steven, you can't intend to.
But no need to fear. I won't just disappear at once. I'll still be around doing my duty on behalf of the Pokemon League. Like, see, he'll still be the Pokemon League champion. Or technically the stand-in champion, because we're not staying there 24/7 like he does. But, honestly, yeah, definitely, Wallace would be the next champion, under normal circumstances. But, when the time does come for me to pursue my own hopes, well, I hope that you, Wallace, will be behind me to lend a hand.
Seems I have little choice then. Bound to the whims of the pampered hare. I, Wallace, will do this thing you wish.
Thank you, my friend. Well, off goes Wallace to prepare to become the next real stand-in champion for Hoenn. Because, technically, yeah, he would become the next one. Since the character for these games doesn't truly become the true champion of the region. But he is the champion, if you really think about it. Or her, if you're playing May. But back with Zinnia again. This time in Meteor Falls. Interesting.
Aster, it's over. It's all over.
It's all over indeed. But back with, the Draconid lady, which happens to be her mother. Huh. Or could be family somewhat. They treat each other like family too. Like, how Samoans do, where they all say kind of like, the same thing. Like, they say uncle for pretty much a good majority of their family that's like above them. So I believe it's like your uncle can be your uncle, your step uncle can be your uncle instead of it being your step uncle, stuff like that, pretty much. But could also be family too. Zinnia, my child.
Granny.
Well, family. There, that confirms it. You have worked so hard. She definitely did. It is enough, child. Be done with your burden. Let it go now. For everything there must be an ending. Only then, can there be a new beginning. This is immutable truth that all living things on this planet, great and small, must accept. We Draconids have seen it in our history, as you have seen it in your own life. Now is the time for rest. Let down the great burden you have borne so long ago, so that you might at last take a step forward towards new life. Now is the time for rest. Yep, definitely rest, because a extinction level event should not be happening for a decent amount of time, I would think. At least a couple, millennia is a decent amount of time. It'll be long gone before another extinction level event, I think, would happen. So, you can rest as much as you want now, Zinnia.
Yes.
So, you ready for some rest? Because no more worrying about your journey now. Now you can do whatever you want. Looks like maybe... Oh, Aster's staying behind. Looks like Aster is gonna let her go off on her own little journey then. Looks like Birch and Norman are spending some time together.
Suppose May and Spooks... Oh, wait, no.
Is that the... No, I think that's the mom of May, actually. I suppose May and Spooks have probably arrived by now. Oh no, that is him. Okay, oops. I'll just say this in Birch's voice then.
I imagine so.
The weather is good today. They should get a good view of the stars.
But really am glad we moved here from Johto. I think that meeting you, Birch, and Mrs. Birch, and little May, has had a huge impact on Spooks' life.
Oh, it's just the same for our May. Don't you agree, dear?
Of course. Whenever she does make it home, all May has to talk about is Pokemon and her precious friend, Spooks. I think she's over the moon about this venture, and the great friend she's found.
Well, makes sense. Me, her, and Wally have been on quite an adventure, that's for sure. And quite an adventure to save the world, too, on top of that, too. I think our boy is just the same. He always looks so happy these days.
I hope you'll continue to look after our Spooks for many years to come. Why, Norman, you don't even need to ask. Nothing could make me happier. Thanks, old friend.
Well then, dear, isn't it about time we were heading back home? I should get supper started.
Oh yeah, those kids will probably be starving when they get home.
Oh, I didn't make any plans yet for dinner. What do you think we should have, dear?
How about our little boy's favorite?
Okay. Well, I like spaghetti but honestly, I don't know what our character's favorite food would be, honestly. In character ways, but I love spaghetti, personally. But, honestly, I only have it like once a week, though. But, honestly, can't have it every single day, obviously. It's not healthy, too. But, definitely, I like it. I definitely do. But, I do have Italian heritage, so I guess it makes sense why, I have, ever, to want to make, like, pasta and stuff like that, so... It's basically a very, very, important food to Italian culture and stuff like that is pasta. So, yeah, I guess that kind of is ingrained in my brain somehow. But, honestly, yeah, I really like pasta. And that's literally the truth. It's my favorite food if I were to say anything were my favorite. I think stuffed shell specifically, like ricotta and the mozzarella, and the big jumbo shell noodles. That's pretty good, honestly. I would say that would be my favorite out of the two when it comes to spaghetti types, I would say.
That was amazing. So these are the Litleonoids. I'm really going to need to thank your dad for this one.
Honestly, probably, but honestly, just fun to be able to hang out with our friend.
Cause come on. I've never felt this touch before. I guess I should thank you too, Spooks.
Also, kind of surprised that Dad still couldn't go, even though it looks like it started a day later.
I'm so glad I got to see this with you.
Well, thanks, dear friend. But honestly, with everything going on right now, the main story / post-game story is slowly but surely coming to an end. Thank you for visiting the Moss Deep Space Center. This center will be closing shortly. Please make sure that you don't forget anything when you leave. Well, we'll definitely keep the note of that.
It's true what they say though. Time really flies when you're having fun.
That is pretty true, honestly. And just like time flying by when you're having fun, this story has flown by quite quickly, honestly. Since, with the main story and the post-game story now officially wrapping up, well, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the adventures in Hoenn, honestly.
Well, bye then.
Bye, May. Well, have a good night, I guess.
Oh, Spooks.
What's going on?
Oh, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, May. But honestly, yeah, closer and closer we are to the end of the story, since now that we're, getting back home and the meteor's no longer around, well, there's no more worry or strife. You're back at last. Welcome home, Spooks. Welcome home indeed. And with that being said, the end of our journeys for the Delta episode have now officially come to a close. Honestly, a very, very, very fun story. And one of my favorites, honestly. And with it being the remake of my original Pokemon game, honestly, it's pretty good. Pretty good, honestly. But we still got a little bit left to go, it looks like. Hey, Dad. What's going on, Norman?
Morning, Spooks. You must have been pushed. You slept like a log.
I guess we did.
But before I forget, this came for you. It's from someone named Briny.
Oh, Briny. And there's an SS ticket. And that must be for where Wally went, then. Cool, we'll take it.
So it was a ferry ticket, wasn't it? As I recall, you could catch a ferry from ports, Slateport and Lily Cove. Spooks. If you have ambition as a trainer, why you take that ferry to the battle resort? They won't teach you that there is no end to the trainer's chosen path. I better be heading back to Petalburg Gym then. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away, honey.
Well, off Norman goes, back to keeping his post as a gym leader. Oh, that dad of yours. Can't he ever forget about work? I wish he could just switch it off and take it easy sometimes. But I love him just the way he is. Honestly, off we go. Since, now that... Oh, something's going on. I think this is Birch, I think.
Help me.
Let's see if it is him, because the last time we helped somebody near Little Root, it was Birch. So let's see if it is Birch again.
Help me?
Is it him? It is indeed him. But he's being chased by Shroomish. Hey, Birch.
Oh, why if it isn't Spooks? Help her press her out. I've got some Pokeballs in my bag there.
Okay, we can take a look in here. But, what kind of Pokeballs you got? The Johto starters. And since our character is from the Johto region, well, technically, now we have an actual official chance to actually get a Johto starter for where we actually came from, which is actually pretty cool. Out of everything that we could possibly get, we don't have a fire type, so Cyndaquil's the choice. I'm gonna be honest. I actually quite enjoy, all three of those Pokemon. I like all the Hoenn starters too, to be fair. So, honestly, Johto and Hoenn are, like, top tier when it comes to the starters for me, honestly. Honestly, I like every single one of them, even their evolutions.
My. Good thing that Shroomish wasn't as fierce as it seems. Sure do appreciate your trying to help me out, though. In fact, why don't you keep that Pokemon? Yes, that one's from the Johto region.
Yep, it is. And there we go. We get our second starter, which is always pretty cool.
Well, I hope to see you later. Somehow, get the feeling that I will, if I stick around here.
Well, see you later, Birch. But with that being said, our story for the Delta episode has now officially come to a close. And that means in the next episode, we will begin the final preparations of the story of Johto here. Because we still have a couple things we still want to do. Like the contest, for instance. The rematches with the Elite Four. I don't think we can do a rematch with the gym leaders in this game. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing in this one, so we might not be able to do that. But I'm going to double check, though. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep being spooky. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.